Well, I'm going to be answering another question today. It's from Mr. Nobody, and well, it's two questions in. So I'm going to go through. I'll do them both. He's asked about prison food. A couple of people have asked if I'll do one about it, but if I do a video about prison food, it's hard because it's rubbish. Only in my opinion, but it's rubbish. It's dead. It's bland. Everything's boiled. There's no goodness in nothing. Uh, you know what I mean? Certain people when they go there, certain people, if anyone's got a brain when they'll go there, they'll pretend allegedly maybe to be a different religion. Only what I've seen people do to get better meals. When I worked in the kitchen, I used to take the meals that were for the Jewish people, take them back to myself and cook them in the kettle. They were the best. They were the best meals. Um, but they're really strict on it. It's like, yeah, I can switch from Roman Catholic to Church of England on any given Sunday or Saturday, whatever it is, to try and get to whatever church I need to go and do me bits. But try and tell them you want to convert to Judaism, they won't have it. um, why not? I want to eat better food. That's what people do. Yeah, I mean, you go through the surgery. I mean, it's like going through a surgery, school dinner time, going through the surgery, going through a hospital or say, you know what I mean? You'll have the potatoes, you go through there. Someone like me had come through the night before. Would you like to show you a menu? Some jails do give you the menu a week in advance and you fill them all out. What do you want? You choose your lunch, you'll have 4 or 5 options. There'll be a halal option on there, there'll be a vegetarian option. For lunch is sandwiches and a bag of crisps and a chocolate bar. Um, Not exciting. You might, I mean, you might have to get to choose from tuna, cheese, vegetables, a salad, a salad, uh, or another one, whoopee. And dinner, you'll have a couple of options. A lot of people go for the halal option, the curry. It's easy in it. B. Whack it down. It's always B. Halal options always B. It's the best. It's the nicest. Or the vegetarian option. Yeah, I've worked on a surgery loads of times. Yeah, you see people like loading up at the end. Yeah, if there's like donuts or something, yeah, they'll have like 10 donuts each. I used to get involved. And I was like, I'd rather just load up with the curry, or you know what I mean. Or like they'll be taking untold chips. It's like, oh, keep your chips. You know what I mean? It's dead. It's really dead. The food is not worth it. You get fed just enough. Only this is just what I think. Only my opinion. It means nothing. They feed you just enough to live, in my opinion. Keep you hungry, keep you compliant, allegedly. Uh, Working in the kitchen, I mean, you see the way the food gets treated. I mean, it gets put on the hot. It gets put on the food gets delivered from the kitchens to the wings. Yeah, it gets put. They get put in metal trolleys. It's meant to heat the food up, and they'll be in them. They'll be in those trolleys for a good few hours. So the food's been boiled and whatever, and yeah, I've done a video about working in the kitchen in prison, and go back and check it out if you want to know why. I only worked in the kitchen for one reason. It weren't the food. Um, yeah, you'll be lucky to. You can't survive on prison food alone. You have to have something on your on your canteen sheet to have some money on your canteen sheet to buy other stuff. Tuna and noodles, man. Can't go wrong. Mix up a tin of tuna and your noodles, and yeah, One of them a day. What else did he say? How do I survive in prison if I'm not a fighter? I've said loads of times, I'm a lover, not a fighter. Nah. I've said loads of times, man. It's not about not being a fighter. There's a million people in jail. No matter how hard you think you are, there's a million geezers in jail that are about it harder than you, and that will eat you up. Yeah? You are not the toughest guy on the wing. I've never been the toughest guy on the wing. But, you know. But, saying that, if you've got to have a fight, it's just a fight, isn't it? I mean, how do you survive in prison? How do you survive in prison, though? I mean, how did I survive? Me, obviously, this is always just my experiences. I can only go by what happened to me. I mean, it's not about avoiding confrontation or having loads of fights. I never had loads of fights in prison. A few, not loads. There was 1 or 2 sentences. I didn't have one tear up. You know, didn't have one fight. Yeah, but I mean, you just got to. Just being polite goes a long way. Being polite goes a long way in life in general, on road, like on the street, or in prison. It goes a long way in prison. Please and thank you. I swear to God, please and thank you. Yeah, it goes a long way in jail. You right, mate? Yeah. Do you want that? Yes, please. No thanks. Even if someone's steaming and fuming and has just had a terrible visit or a Dear John letter, you know, a letter from the missus saying I've let the mailman move in, see you later, and they're steaming and they want to fight, they can't really have, you know, even those sort of people can't force a fight out of someone and just said please and thank you to them, or no thank you know what I mean? So yeah, be polite, don't mess people around. Don't mess people around. That was my middle name, mate, when I was in there. So people used to know me. Wait, where's don't mess people around? Oh, mate. Just come good eventually, yeah. Come good eventually. That was my motto. I'll get there eventually, mate. Just stop moaning. Talking about not a fighter. I mean, most people, I would presume, have, if they've had a fight in their life. Not everyone has. Not everyone's had to have a fight in their life, or instigated a fight, or done it, or anything like that. Not everyone has. Some people have lived their life and never had a fight. But for people that have, I think most people have won more than they've lost. Yeah. But you know, I've lost a few. Lost more than a few. Look at the scars all over me. It's just about having the fight, isn't it? People will respect you if you have it. I mean, it's about how you feel about yourself, innit? Do you care about, if you're on the wing anyway? We're talking about prison now, yeah. If you're on the wing and you're surrounded by people, it's whether you can live with them all judging you, innit? All right. If you've walked away from a fight, and some people do, not everyone wants to have a big old flare up and have a straightener in the shower. Not everyone wants to do that. If you turned and walked away for whatever reason, not making any judgment, if you can live with everyone judging you for that, because everyone will, and if you can live with the consequences from that afterwards, because he's weak, isn't he? You know, if you can live with that, then more power to you. Yeah, but prison is whatever drama there is on the street, there is in prison, yeah. But at least on the street you can disperse and go and cool down and go and talk to other people and go and forget about it. Then you can avoid each other, just because you don't want to have a tear, just not in a tear. You don't want to have arguments and stuff like that, so you can avoid each other. And when you do meet, you've calmed down, you've simmered down, You can end it with an handshake sort of thing. But I only thought that because I was sitting there like that. But when you're in jail, everything is amplified. Everything is amplified. It's like it's under a magnifying glass. If you've got a problem, it's the biggest problem in the world, and you ain't gonna get over it because you're going to sit in your cell over lunch. You're only in your cell for an hour. You're just gonna be fuming about, oh mate, I'm gonna, and then you're gonna start worrying. Then your ego kicks in. Oh, what's everyone else thinking? What's everyone else worrying about? Ego starts wars, man. It's ego, mate. Everyone should let go of their ego, and the world would be a better place. But people don't. Men are immature. I'm talking about myself. Then you feel like inside that you've got to have it. Then you feel like you've got to have it. Like you can't let other people think you're scared. You can't let matey think you're scared, even though you might be. She's got to have a tear up. There's ways around things in jail. There's ways around things. If you're really nervous, or if you think you're going to get beaten up, or whatever, and I've done it. I've actually done it in Feltham. I've done it in Feltham. The first couple of days I was ever in Feltham, no one had to tell me this. I've worked it out. It's funny how quick your brain works things out when you think, oh mate, I'm going to get hiding. Just start a fight in front of a screw. It's going to get broken up like that, and then you're going to go. You're both probably not going to see each other again anyway. I've done that in Feltham. My first ever sentence. Listen, most fights in prison last seconds. That's how long a fight lasts in the street and in prison. Yeah. People can arrange it and go into the cell and have a fight, or go into the shower, or wherever they got to go. People do that, and it does happen. It happens only from what I've seen. It happens often. Only from things I've seen. Everything I'm talking about is only from things I've seen and my personal experience. I couldn't talk about anybody else's experience, but yeah, most of the time that's not how it happens. There'll be an argument, people get nose to nose, the whole wing goes, stops what they're doing, pull, about to take a pull shot. It's like, you know what I mean? People pop their heads out of the shower. You can sense it in the shower that it's about to go off. You're out of the shower, you're like that, and you've got your towel around, you're dripping wet. It just goes off straight away. You know what I mean? People can't keep secret. the whole wing turns into meerkats. It's like, yeah, and the screws come, and the alarm goes, and it's like that. So jail to me wasn't a place that I was worrying about violence. Just for me. I mean, it was going on, but you can just do your own thing, don't you? It goes on everywhere. I mean, Pentonville, Scrubs, mate. But you do your own thing, don't you? You got your own thing going on. You got your own little personal world going on. You got your own little bubble, ain't you? You know, you got your own little thing going on there. Other things not really affecting. Yeah, but even then, I mean, there's things that will get to you in prison. There's things that will get to me in prison. I'm talking about things that I'd worry about, stress over. But it was never, I'm going to an ultra-violent prison. It was never that. I never worried about that. I don't think many people do. If they know anything about prisons, I mean, if they've got anything about themselves, I don't think many people worry about that. It's mainly gossip. I've met, mate, prisoners, men. I've only ever been in a man's jail. They gossip. Chinese whispers does not take long to start in jail, so you've got to be careful what you get angry about anyway. I mean, you said something to someone as a joke, he's gone and told someone else, and he's sort of like, it doesn't sound like a joke to the person that he's told. That person's gone and told someone else that you've been giving it to someone. That person's gone and told someone else that you was absolutely suck your mum galore to this person, all behind his back. that's how it turns out in jail. So like before you know it, there's an escalation. It's about to go off, all because because prisoners are like little women, mate, all just gossiping. Sorry to the women out there, but that's what geezers are like in jail. So you got to be careful what you want to let your ego get get all out of control over anyway, because it's probably bullshit. Yeah. I don't even know if I answered that properly, but if you enjoyed that, hit the subscribe and we'll chat again. Adios.